Hello, welcome, and greetings. Boy, that was catchy. That's really going to catch right on and help things out around here. So, today I thought we would talk about donuts. Who doesn't like donuts? Uh, Donuts have to be not a perfect food. I don't know that there is a perfect food because, one, it depends on mood a lot for me, at least. Um, So, depending on my mood, there might be a perfect food, but just in general, a food that I would choose to eat above all others at all times, I don't think that exists. There's certainly some I wouldn't mind having all the time. Donuts, for example. See what I did there? So, what's the best kind of donut, I guess is the question. We'll go with my biased opinions and then maybe look at it more objectively, probably not. So, in my opinion, you have to go cream filled. I guess I would start by saying I don't know that I've had a bad donut ever. Donuts that aren't worth the calories, for example, Dunkin' Donuts, pretty much not worth the calories. Because in my experience, our local one, they don't make them. They pull them out of the freezer and then warm the suckers or whatever they do, and that they just don't taste as good. It's crap. Surprisingly, going to the bakery at a Walmart or grocery store, Schnucks around here, they tend to produce some really tasty stuff. Honestly, better than I find bakeries to be sometimes. Um, so even if you're going to some place like Walmart, you can get actually a very good donut. As long as it's hot, there, I think the worst donut, as long as it's fresh and hot, it's going to be pretty damn good. You know? And it doesn't really matter what kind either. Now, I can go either way. Yeast, cake. I mean, who doesn't love cake, right? It's fantastic. Yeast doesn't sound as tasty, but you know what? It makes pizza dough, so it can't be all bad. So I don't really have a strong preference one way or the other. Each have their appeal. I like the lighter, uh, you know, more vehicle for all of the sugar that's either on top or in the middle. More on that in a minute. Or if you go the cake, you get a nice denser product, and that can be pretty good in its own right. And then of course, because it gives you something more to sink your teeth into. It doesn't feel. It feels like when you get done with a cake donut, it feels like I've eaten more, even though well maybe calorie wise I did. But and there's the catch. It's the calories. I want a fantastic donut. Some of the best. Even after a period of time, I know fresh off the line they're good, but we were talking the other day about Edward's Apple Orchard around here, and they have apple cider donuts. Fantastic. Uh, they're cinnamon, obviously lots of sugar, and of course apple cider flavor, and they hold up even a week later. They're pretty damn good. You heat them up just a tiny bit. You don't have to. And get them with either cold or hot or warm apple cider. Depends on my mood. And dip them in there. Fantastic. Which, by the way, donuts are frequently made better by dipping in coffee, in my experience. It depends on the donut, of course, and you better like coffee. And I'm talking straight black coffee. I don't need Starbucks white chocolate mocha, which is probably my favorite, to make it taste really good. I can just straight black coffee dipped in there. Fantastic. Pop Tarts are better that way. Freeze those suckers and then dip them in the coffee. Anyway, I digress. So donuts, at least for me, you need a filled donut, right? That's where it's at. It used to be Long John's back in the day. I think now I probably like a Boston cream or a Bavarian filled donut better personally. Chocolate frosting is the way to go. I don't. Can you make a cake version of that? I don't know. I think they're all yeast, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I haven't had one in a bit. But regardless, glaze that sucker, cover it in chocolate right on top, and then you get a nice cream filling on the inside. Now, as far as the cream filling goes, I'll take whatever you want to give me. Doesn't matter. I don't know what I would like best, but all of it sounds good. You like some banana pudding type flavored thing. Go with, custards. Obviously, usually it's a lot of custard like stuff, but it doesn't really matter what you put in there. Um, it's going to be fantastic. And banana sounds great to me right now, actually. And then you follow that up, Long Johns, which used to be my favorite, but I don't know. There's something more fun about the shape of the Long John. I don't know what that says about me. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? The jelly-filled donut, of course, is also fantastic. Now, again, I'm not hating. I'll take any donut as long as it's good, and I'll happily spend dessert calories on sugar crack, right? So, I don't know. That's what I got. Needs to be cream-filled, preferably a fun shape, but the taste more of a Bavarian or a Boston cream. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm in the mood for I need a donut, it's probably going to be a Boston cream Bavarian donut. But if I'm feeling a little more light, edgy, fun, haha, I need a donut, we'll probably talk Long John. So that's enough talk. Frankly, not all that funny or interesting, but I want to hear about everyone else. What's your favorites? Because that's, I think, where the discussion really kicks off. Because there's things I don't think of. One of my sisters, Cinnamon Twist is her favorite. And she swears by it, right? So again, I am not saying those are bad. They're fantastic. I do not find them to be as good as a Long John or Bavarian. Now, put some gelatinized fucking sugar in that bitch. Now we're talking. So there we go. Let me know what you think. And I have a review up for Beach Bash Cap'n Crunch. Spoiler alert, it's Crunch Berry Cap'n Crunch with a cool box. Lame shapes that don't look like what they're supposed to. And it does turn the milk blue, but not the ocean blue on the cover. But the point is of my reviews is more to entertain. So I know that you'll find something that you can roll your eyes at, if not laugh, over on candivore.com. And make sure to like, subscribe. There's one more. We're going to go with listen. I'm talking to you. Watch, listen, like, and subscribe. That's what we're going to go with, and I hope everyone has a fantastic week.